she was in the pool. I tried to save her, but I don't know how to swim.
Newly released 911 audio reveals the frantic moments accused killer pediatrician Dr. Neha Gupta told dispatchers her 4-year-old daughter was at the bottom of a pool, but investigators claim what she described as a drowning was something far more sinister. We are going to walk you through the critical moments of that call, a key piece of evidence, minute by minute. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. By the way, if you're into content creation, if you're putting things out on social media, have you ever wondered how we're able to share so many clips from all of these cases, all of these stories so quickly? Here's a secret. Well, it's not a secret anymore. We use something called Opus Clip. This is an all-in-one AI editor that makes it so easy to cut, create, and upload videos across any platform. Through AI, Opus Clip generates B-roll, it reframes footage, and it even cleans up audio. It is so easy. You just visit opus.pro/sidebar, you sign up, you upload, and in minutes you'll have perfectly edited clips ready to go. For TikTok, Shorts, Reels, Opus Clip is your one-stop shop. And having a tool like Opus Clip means that our producers can get you viral courtroom updates instantly. This is the most powerful tool there is to share ideas and edit like a pro. So go to opus.pro/sidebar to get a free week and then 50% off. So we have been following the case of Dr. Neha Gupta for a while now, the Oklahoma pediatrician accused of murdering her 4-year-old daughter, Aria, during what was supposed to be just a mother-daughter beach trip to Florida. A little girl found dead in a pool, and a medical examiner who says she didn't drown, that she was actually dead before she ever even hit that water, that what happened in that backyard wasn't an accident, it was staged. That is the allegation that we are hearing from authorities. So now, what are we talking about? We have just gotten our hands on something that we haven't aired before, and I believe this is going to be a critical piece of evidence. The actual 911 call, the one that was placed by Gupta herself in the early morning hours of June 27th, 2025. The call that she made while claiming that her daughter was drowning while first responders were racing to that rental home. And here's the thing, as you're listening to this, you'll hear things that, knowing what we know now from the autopsy, or seemingly what's being claimed from the autopsy, from the investigation, they hit completely differently. So I want to play you a little bit of that for you right here, and obviously we'll talk more about it.
I found the stick, but I can't move her. What can I do?
You need to try to get her out, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna go in to try to get her.
Okay, yes, I need you to try to get in now. You try to get her out.
Yeah. So here's what we know from the arrest warrant, okay? And by the way, these are just allegations, but this is from authorities. Despite what you just heard her say there, that she was going to go in and get her, she apparently told investigators later on she couldn't swim. That's why she couldn't pull her daughter out. So when you hear her say that she's going in, what exactly was the plan, right? That's just one moment. There are a lot more, and we're going to play it all out for you. I want to lay out what is being alleged according to police up until that 911 phone call, okay? So it starts in late June of 2025. Dr. Neha Gupta, a pediatrician from Oklahoma, travels with her 4-year-old daughter, Aria, to a short-term rental home in El Portal, Florida. It's a little town just outside of Miami. Now, on paper, it's supposed to be a mother-daughter beach getaway, quality time, a nice thing. But here is the first apparent red flag. Investigators would learn this later, that Aria's father, Gupta's ex-husband, had no idea that they'd even left Oklahoma. No idea that his daughter was in another state. And that's important because the two of them were apparently in the middle of a brutal custody battle back home, where Aria's father was even requesting for the court to order Gupta, Neha Gupta, to submit to a psychological evaluation. And we're going to come back to that. But we go now to the early morning hours, June 27, 2025, around 3:40 a.m. Police and fire rescue get called to that rental home. And the person who made that call, again, Dr. Neha Gupta, she is reporting that her daughter has drowned in the pool. Let's listen.
Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office. What's the address of the emergency?
County, this is City of Miami doing a transfer. She said her daughter is at the bottom of the pool. She's on the line.
I tried to get her out. What?
That's
It's a house.
Apartment.
Yes.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
So We were sleeping, and I heard some noise. She was in the pool. I tried to save her, but I don't know how to swim. She went down on the pool.
Okay. Is anyone able to get her out?
No, it's just both of us here. It's an Airbnb. It's just it was just us, me.
Just you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried my best to get her out.
Okay. Stay on the line with me here. And you're with the patient now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Stay on the line with me. I'm getting up on the way. One moment. One moment. How old is your daughter?
4.
4 years old?
At this point, the dispatcher shifts gears, and she asks Gupta if there's a pool skimmer, anything that she can use to try and reach her daughter.
Okay. Is there like a stick, like with the pool stick, like if you're cleaning out the pool?
I don't know. Let me check.
Just look on the wall or on the side out there by the pool. You need to try to get her out of the water.
Yeah. I will check. I don't see anything. It's very dark.
Okay. Find something to see if you can try to pull her out with.
Okay. Do you know how far is EMS? Or somebody who can get her
They're on
out?
the way, ma'am. Oh, they're on the way, but you need to try to help her. Find any way you can to
Yeah.
try to get her out.
1 second. Oh. I found the stick, but I can't move her. What can I do? Hello? Hello? Is anyone
Can you hear
here?
me?
So the dispatcher then tries a different approach, and she needs to know exactly where in the pool Aria is, the shallow end, the deep end, 3 feet, 6 feet, because that changes everything about how first responders are going to approach this when they arrive. But what happens next, I have to tell you, is incredibly hard to listen to.
Okay. What side of the pool is she on? Is she in the 3 feet side? Is she in the 6 feet? What part?
I think it's 9 feet. I don't know how deep. There are no measures here, but the pool is 9 feet deeper.
Okay. You need to try to get her out, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Do you know how long she's been inside the pool?
What?
Do you know how long she's been inside the pool?
I don't know. I'm gonna go and try to get her.
Okay. Yes, I need you to try to get in there. Try to get her out.
I cannot go down.
Okay.
I don't know how to swim.
Okay. Can we find something to try to pull her out with?
I'm beating her with the stick.
Okay. See if you can try to like pull her out or push her out to the other side. To the side that's not as deep. So you can get her.
trying.
Okay, just keep trying. I got help on the way. How you doing? Okay, the police is outside. Are they able to get inside the house to get to the baby?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door.
Okay, go open the door.
Yeah, I could not get out.
Okay, how long have you been in this?
I don't know.
Where's it? Did you swim at all?
No. Then from the bedroom.
For, you have no idea how long?
I think 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Now, it may have been hard to hear, but at the very end, when the dispatcher asks again how long Ari has been in the pool, Gupta says she doesn't know, and then adds, maybe 20 minutes? 20 minutes? That's a critical detail because it becomes part of her statement to investigators. So police are now inside the home. They pull Aria from the pool. She's rushed to the hospital, but it's too late. She's pronounced dead at 4:28 a.m. That same day, Gupta voluntarily goes to the police station with her attorney, and she gives a statement. And her story matches what we heard on that call, that she was sleeping, woke up, found her daughter in the pool, tried to help, couldn't swim, called 911, but 2 days later, everything changes. Sunday, June 29th, the Miami-Dade medical examiner performs the autopsy, and what she finds doesn't line up with a drowning at all. No water in Aria's lungs, according to this report, no water in her stomach. Medically speaking, her lungs were dry, and that's not all. There were also apparently cuts inside of Aria's mouth, bruising within her cheeks, injuries that the examiner says are not from CPR, not from rescue efforts. Her preliminary opinion, those injuries are consistent with asphyxiation by smothering. Her conclusion, Aria was already dead before she was ever placed in that pool. So on Monday, June 30th, based on those findings, an arrest warrant is issued for Neha Gupta, first-degree murder. But remember, Gupta's back in Oklahoma by now. So on July 1st, U.S. Marshals and Oklahoma City Police, they show up at her home to make the arrest. And that part, by the way, was captured on body-worn camera.
Police with a warrant! Open the door! Do it now! Come to the door!
Turn around.
Last come up with breach. She just went back in the breach. Oh. Neha Gupta, come to the front door! Do it now!
Breach.
To U.S. Marshals, we have a warrant for your arrest! Come to the front door! Do it now!
We saw her. She went back and went back. Where did she go?
Watch the east side.
East side of the house.
We got y'all's light over here.
Wraps around us. Yeah. You want us to move up, or you guys got it? Let's push and see what's on this right side.
This closet.
Clear the closet. Sound like this?
Clear.
Okay. Yes, it does kind of come back around, so just hold what you got there. Partially open the door all the way down through the hallway. Does that go out to the garage right there? Yep. Hey, we're gonna clear this garage, so back up a little bit, will you? Okay. It's unlocked. Go ahead and open that, and we'll record this. Memory. Nope. Okay. I guess we kind of don't know what's on it, if it's a lock or something.
Still no contact with target. They go to start him to have come this way. Okay. Hey, we're opening up these garage doors. Opening up the garage doors. We're clear outside.
Shut up here. Hands! Hands! Come out! Contact on the ground. Come here.
Alright,
Stand up.
keep clearing the rest of this and get her out.
She hasn't been checked. You good? Or take her. Do you want to help me?
Yeah, they find her in the laundry room, arguably hiding. I'm sure her defense counsel will say differently, but that's where they take her into custody. And I mentioned earlier that Gupta was initially charged with first-degree murder. That wouldn't last. This is weird. So in the weeks that followed, the charge would shift. And more than once, by the way. It's not unusual for prosecutors to upgrade or downgrade charges, but this one's a little different. So at an August 7th hearing, prosecutors announced that they were dropping the first-degree murder charge and filing a different charge, aggravated manslaughter of a child. Manslaughter, you know, reckless conduct. It's different than murder, where you're talking about intent. 6 days later, changed again. They dropped the manslaughter charge and filed a new count, second-degree murder, and that is where it currently stands. Now, the last time we covered this case, there was surveillance footage that had been released from the rental property. And it seemingly showed Aria in the days before she died, arriving with her mother. There's a food delivery, there's a diaper change, then you have Aria being carried inside for the last time, ordinary moments. But knowing now how the story ends, this is very haunting to watch. And to understand why investigators saw something beyond just a tragic accident, you have to understand the backdrop against which this whole situation unfolded. The backdrop is this custody battle that I mentioned before, a bitter one, because back in Oklahoma, Gupta and her husband, her ex-husband, They were locked in, according to court records, these fights over primary custody, over daycare, over attorney's fees. But in the months that led up to that Florida trip, things just escalated. In April, Aria's father filed a motion to enforce a psychological evaluation of his ex-wife, Neha Gupta, citing alarming behavior. The filing stated unreasonable positions on issues concerning the child, unusual mood swings, and erratic behavior, raising concern for the safety of the minor child, extreme conflict and defensiveness with almost all persons caring and providing insight for the minor child. The motion went further, asserting that Gupta's behavior led him to believe, quote, she has mental health issues that are not being treated, that an evaluation of her mental health is crucial to ensure the safety of the minor child. And then in May, an Oklahoma judge granted an emergency order awarding temporary sole custody to the father. The reason stated was, quote, the court finds that an emergency exists and that the respondent will continue to interfere with medical treatment of the minor child. So that's what was going on when Gupta took Aria to Florida. She was under a court order concerning medical interference, had a pending request for a psychological evaluation hanging over her, and had just lost temporary custody. And Gupta remains behind bars in Miami-Dade County, awaiting trial on that second-degree murder charge. I believe that 911 phone call will be a key piece of evidence in her case. Her attorney maintains that Aria's death was just a tragic accident, that investigators rushed to judgment. She's due back in court in May for a hearing, and if we find any updates, we'll make sure to cover them here on Sidebar. But that's all we have for you right now. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you should get your podcasts. You can also follow us on NBC's Peacock. We have Sidebar episodes up there as well. If you want to follow me, X, Instagram, my News Nation show, Jesse Weber Live, Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you next time, everybody.